Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to share with you how I make my elderberry syrup. So we have had colds going around and all of us are just kind of feeling yucky. We are on a pretty regimented vitamin regiment. And the one thing that we have not had this year though, because I have not made it, is elderberry syrup. And usually we have that ready to go and in the refrigerator or the freezer, and I have not done that this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and make up a batch. It's pretty easy. You can use your Instant Pot or your crock pot, I think. Instant Pot or just on the stove, I guess. And both are pretty easy, but I do it in the Instant Pot and get it mixed up, and then we just have it on hand. I did make a double batch of it last year, left some of it in the freezer, and we used the last of it earlier this last year, I guess, and I just haven't made more. I get my elderberries bulk from Azure Standard, and they're pretty comparable price to anywhere else that I've seen them, but they also last quite a while because you're only using, what, 2/3 of a cup at a time. Now we do have elderberry berries, plants, bushes in our area, on our mountain. And we could go pick them anytime during the summer. I've not done that. So there's things that we do forage for. Elderberries, I have not done that yet. Huckleberries, on the other hand, we make a big event of it, and we take the four-wheelers and we go find the elderberries. That's the goal anyways. And we have our little spot that we kind of know where they're gonna be. This last year, we didn't go huckleberry picking because the 2 weeks that they are usually out and ripe, we had the big sea, so we did not make it out to get huckleberries this year. But anyways, I have not gotten picked, foraged elderberries before, and at this point I don't plan to, because it's pretty easy just to click a button on Azure Standard, get them, and have them for the next 2-3 years, and we're good. So I'm going to take you along and show you how I make elderberry syrup in my Instant Pot, and yeah, so let's go. Okay, so what you're gonna need for this is, now it's been a while since I've made it, so I am using my recipe that I printed off here. So it is the recipe I use is the Wellness Mama elderberry syrup recipe, and I will do a link for it. But what you're gonna need is 2.5 cups of water, 2/3 of a cup dried elderberries, which are right here, 2 tablespoons ginger. I don't have any fresh ginger. I'm just gonna put some powdered ginger in it, and just a little, because we don't like it super gingery. So, well, my kids don't like it super gingery, so I'm not gonna put a lot of ginger in it. 1 teaspoon cinnamon. It also calls for a 1/2 teaspoon ground cloves, but again, maybe a 1/4 of a teaspoon is what I put in. I don't put very much in. And then 1 cup of raw honey. So the raw honey is actually going to go in at the end after everything is cooled off, so it doesn't kill all the good microbes that are in the honey that can be used medicinally. So here we go. We're going to get started with this. Okay, so we've got our 3.5 cups water. Now, one trick for getting your Instant Pot to get hot quicker is to either use super hot water, so like boil it on the stove in a teapot or put it in the microwave or something, but also to heat up the inside of your Instant Pot. I had hot water sitting in this, and this is hot water, so I'm gonna pour it in. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on saute. So while I'm putting the rest of the ingredients in, it's heating up the water as we go. And it's already not cold. So when you're using your Instant Pot, when you're doing your Instant Pot, it takes a while for it to get up to temperature and build its pressure. So that's one little tip to get it to go quicker. So anyways, okay, so we had our 3.5 cups of water. We've got our 2/3 cup dry elderberries, and just put that right in there. We're going to add the cinnamon. So this calls for 1 teaspoon cinnamon. I can only find a half teaspoon, so that's what we're going to use. So 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of ground ginger since I don't have fresh ginger. For the Instant Pot users, this is what it says. Put all ingredients except for the honey in the pot. Seal the lid, set manual for 9 minutes on high pressure. Vent the pressure and then strain. When cooled to room temperature, stir in the honey. So for a standard dose, it's a 1/2 to 1 teaspoon for kids and a 1/2 to 1 tablespoon for adults. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a doctor. This is just something that we have always had. It boosts the immune system, but you need to do your own research on it and decide what is best for your family. I'm not a doctor, clearly. But this, again, is something that we've used for a long time, and it's something, that we like, and it's just good to have in your home medicinal cabinet. So we're going to get this started, and then I'll show you when it's done how I strain it. This is Steve, our steam dragon. So if you don't have a steam dragon on your Instant Pot, go check out Steve's Family on Amazon. Steve's job is to divert the steam away from under the cabinets. And whenever I let him go, the kids say, "Let us know when you let Steve go," because they like to come watch him. So that's Steve. He's a part of our family. Okay, so one of the things that I love about my Instant Pot is that if I forget, it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let Steve go and show you what he does, and I'm gonna go ahead and drain this. You see Stevie? Hey, Stevie. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have much steam. I've waited too long, but anyway. All right, whoa. So here's the elderberries. Now let's see if I can do this one-handed. Okay, so one of the things I forgot to tell you about is I always add vanilla to it. It's not in the recipe, but we found that we like it in there. So I do add, I don't know, a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons to it, depending on, I'll probably start with 1 teaspoon, see how I like it, and then add more if I need to. But now that we've strained it out, so I kind of squished the berries, as you saw in the strainer, I kind of squished them to get all that extra juice out. So now we just wait for it to cool, and then we can add the honey and put it into a jar and put it in the refrigerator. So our syrup has now cooled off enough that it's not hot, so it's not going to ruin any of all the good stuff in the honey. So I'm going to go ahead, and ours is kind of crystallized, but I'm going to go ahead and start adding. The recipe calls for a cup. I can't remember if I put a whole cup or if I put more than a cup in. So we're going to put in about a cup and see how it goes. We'll give it a stir and then taste it. So it tastes much better with the extra honey in it, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put it into a jar. See if I can do this without spilling. Oh, and we're gonna get a little. Okay, you can't get it to fit any better than that. Now it's ready to go in the refrigerator. So that's how we make elderberry syrup. So go ahead and give it a try. Like I said, I will go ahead and put the link in the, what's it called, the comments for the Wellness Mama recipe. I think I ended up adding about probably 1.5 cups of honey, so it's a little bit sweeter, since my kids are, you know, they don't like super sweet stuff, but it can be pretty tart. And then if you put the ginger in there, the honey just helps kind of hide that a little bit. So, you know, sugar helps the medicine go down. So 1.5 cups of honey is, I think, what we ended up with in here. And it's, you know, yeah, it's a little bit of extra sugar, but it gets them to take it for one. And also, if you're using a raw local honey, then you can't go wrong with that. So anyways, that's it. That's how you do it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if this is something that you want to see more of. If you've liked this cooking or tutorial type video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it so you get notified when we have videos that pop up. I am doing my best to try to get them out about once a week, but obviously with work, school, life, it may take me a little bit longer, but we're getting there. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.